So hello, I'm Millie. I am game control, or one of them, for Menhirs Fate. We're going to do a talk with Nick. Hi. Nick is the brainchild of Menhirs Fate. So this is... I am the brainchild.
Kiji's your brainchild.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, Jesus Christ. So Nick's brainchild is Menhirs Fate. So this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to ask any questions about the system. He does tend to rant a little bit, so I will put my hand on his shoulder when I need him to wrap up a little bit. We've got 45 minutes, so 1:45 we'll wrap it up, and then we'll have the auction in here, so it should be a nice little quiet talk. What we are going to talk about mostly today is the main selling point we have for Menhirs, which is our PvE elements. So Nick, take it away. What's PvE?
PvE, that's player versus environment. Thank you for saying, really. Anyway, so, hi everyone. So talking about like PvE, why we decided to go more of the PvE route, and how we're going about doing that. So yeah, PvE, player versus environment, and so we have a whole thing called like bleed, which is a big thing in the LARP community, and we don't talk about it, I think, enough, which is like you get like that emotional effect of what you're doing as a character, but also bleeds into your real life. It can be really happy, amazing moments. We have like really close friendships we have, the people we go off and do our role playing and games with. They're gonna, I think friendships, I think personally, last the entire lifetime with these LARP connections. Because of this belief effect, we have extra connectivity to everyone else around you. But it can also be negative emotions and negative things, especially when someone kills you in the dark, or something like that, where you get robbed. Because at that point, one person wins and one person loses. And that's not fun as it continues on going. My personal experience is that I think we sort of put them to a side a little bit for people that want to play assassins and rogues. However, we all come from, probably, a large amount of us do D&D. We all like D&D, but assassins and rogues and those sort of types of characters are a massive one of like the main archetypes. So of course people want to play thieves, they want to play assassins, but we sort of need a in-character way to deal with it that also sort of works with our character. So people sort of feel more comfortable in acting it. So with our system, we have the core daggers. So we have PvE, that is opt-out. So because the core daggers is there, there's a way that you go in, I want to PvP this person, and I go, right, pay us to do that, to be allowed, also get the core dagger to do that PvP, and then that PvP, that person could then decide to go, no, I don't want to do it, and that's perfectly fine. This PvE system is supposed to be about everyone together being the good in Menhirs Fate versus the large evil that's coming in and smashing everything into bits.
And it sort of mitigates that element of negative bleed from players going against other players by doing a check-in before we do any kind of PvP action with the core. So we want to make sure that everybody's got the roleplay elements that they want out of certain interactions, but without having that negative bleed from having something done to you. Does that make sense? But we have really cool systems at Menhirs that are kind of, with our guild, we've got definitely not the Thieves Guild, Treasure Hunters Guild, which has another element of like PvP that we're working out. Do you want to talk about Thieves Guild?
Yeah, so not Thieves Guild, it's the Treasure
Hunters
Guild.
Guild.
But yes, there'll probably be Thieves Guild there. So with the Treasure Hunters Guild, it's a really nice sort of like house atmosphere, and underneath this, I don't know pretty much all of our guilds, it's like gigantic sort of TP wedding tent. So it's absolutely amazing size, really lovely. I think it's going to be a tea house. People are going to come in, talk to everyone, and go, hey, I want to find out what sort of excavation and treasure hunt quests and adventures there are. They'll tell you about it, and there's times, and you can go out and do them, and find like lost relics or lost knowledge from the past, and bring it in the book. That'd be really fun. However, as you're going to get in quite far now, there'll be something like, can I get the wine menu, please? They go, yes, the wine menu. And pass you the wine menu. The wine menu is actually then also thieving missions that are going out for the event that day. Once they understand that also character gets to get involved in that. So you even though it's very silly, it's all sort of a bit over the top. Everyone has a like their James Bond, Indiana Jones moments. So they like go like, so actually like secret agent thing, yeah, being secretive and stuff like, yeah. So even though everyone on the outside might just know about it, you still get to play in that and have a bit of fun. But apart from obviously doing like the things with helping people go off and do the NPC thievery and things like that, there's also a place that is our lost property. So if you have any lost property, it's in the centre of the game. So all these guilds are in the centre of our game, called like the city centre, and almost like bits of pizza or pie coming off from the centre. It's all the different nations, and as an accessibility thing, everyone who can has accessibility to the bottom of those nations, closest to the centre of the game, where the bankers essentially are God. There's also toilets in the centre there, accessible toilets. So you get closer in.
We want to make sure that all of our traditionally OC operation centres are at the center of the game in an IC setting. So that way you're minimalising the amount of time that you're out of character and you're out of immersion. So it's a really cool way that I think Nick's come up with, increasing your immersion, increasing your roleplay abilities and things like that.
Yeah. There's also like the distance that you're walking as well, so that takes some time. So even if like God's over here, it's out of character, and everything else is taken out over here, if you want to make a potion, for example, take a few walk from here to there, get stuff done. So that's a 15-minute walk, depending on the size of the game and what's going on. That's half an hour at least of your game coming out. Usually around 27 in-character hours. So half an hour to get something made, or essentially you're doing a bit of paperwork on our game's behalf. But we want to reduce the amount of paperwork that you're doing and make it as in-character and fun as possible, so you get the most out of 27 in-character hours that's in our game. Obviously lost property is part of that, but also because it's lost property, it also means like I just happen to find this lovely auctioned knife that I found here, and I'm going to put it over, and I'm going to take it, and I lost this magical knife, and I'm going to put it into lost property here to the fence. So the fence of the person who's in charge of lost property, you go, I have found this magical enchanted knife. I'd like to sell it, please. Yeah, no problem. And then essentially in-character interactions happen now. Now, because they're the guild master, they go, hey, I see that you've been finding a lot of things recently, coins and stuff. Have you thought of taking that and instead of doing it to the people that we probably need these magical items and money because we're fighting an almost apocalyptic event, maybe stop robbing our own people and instead use that stuff against the bad guys. They go, yeah, okay, well, I don't know how to do that. No problem. Here's the wine menu. These are the times that you can do this in a positive way for the game. So again, it's going against NPCs when it gets played.
Yeah, because we as game runners acknowledge the fact that negative things will happen. People will try and do things that work at other systems in our system, but we're trying to mitigate that bleed and make sure that any actions that are negative towards other players are redirected into our system to make sure that it's going the right way and people are going, oh no, wait, I'm a rogue, I'm doing rogue things, but I didn't realise I was doing it in the wrong way. Does that make sense? Do we want to talk about our nation support and our NPC team built into the character?
Yeah, we'll go to the guild one support first. Yeah. So all the guilds obviously doing an in-character thing, and they're trying to make you engage in the game in a really positive way. Ones that probably have the hardest job is probably Quarter Daggers, the Treasure Hunters, that's not the Thieves Guild, and the Bankers. But the Quarter Daggers, that's sort of talking to people that go having something like they're dropping out PvP elements and stuff like that. That's being opposite. And sometimes, because they want to get involved, but they have either an ability or they're non-con. I can't be hit for whatever reason, and that's absolutely amazing. There's no problem at all. In fact, now we know about it because we're having a conversation with everyone and go, right, okay, so you don't want a thug turning up and hitting you, but they still want to hit you because you're being a big, bad, evil person or whatever it is that you're doing. Are you happy to be poisoned? And if they go, yeah, I'm happy to be poisoned, awesome. They can now have a PvP action. Your narrative can continue. You're not doing it in a way that's actually damaging to your OC self, which is the most important bit, is that you yourself is okay and you're not get probably hurting me.
It's a way of working around accessibility needs and also ensuring that people get really cool role play from either side. Like I played at Empire and I got executed by the militia, and that was some of the best role play I've ever had. So it's acknowledging that what's happening to you is negative in terms of the larger scale of things, because you're being beaten up, you're being poisoned. It's in a really fun, understanding and sort of inclusive way. So it's really exciting. I can't wait to see people like interacting with the guilds and seeing what they're doing. It's such fun.
So I've been hand-picking like every single person in each individual guild for particular things that they have an experience of and background. So obviously we've got daggers, we've got people that have mental health, LGBTQ plus positive vibe, as it's like really good at interacting with people and getting them to understand certain things in a really nice, lovely way. So just going, you're doing it wrong, because that's not going to help no one. We want to have a really nice conversation, make people feel that like we do want everyone to be involved and having a lovely time, and not just.
Yeah, it was something that when I first started LARPing, I was so terrified that I would do it wrong. So having people that are brought in to do it, like make sure that it's not you're doing something wrong, you're doing it not the way that I would do it. It's this is amazing that you've got this kind of character attribute. Have you tried doing this? This will really work in your favour. So I think that kind of like crew interaction with their players is yeah. Shall we talk about nation support now?
Yeah, so Nation Support again is there to help you. Nation Support do loads of work. Please be nice to them. They are working so hard. Everyone's working really hard. But Nation Support, one, trying to find, like, get to know you. So they'll be asking questions and stuff. They'll also be going through your character sheets and you write them and your backstory. They'll get as much information about people in their nation as possible. They're also writing the plot for their nation. That's a lot of plot. And also trying to make sure that you're having the best time possible. So some people might have some questions on, how's this for my kit? And they go, that's absolutely amazing. That's great for the kit. Or if you find these little treats, that'll really help, and things like that. Or how do I get my game? What can I do with this nation? I want to do something maybe. I want to be an artificer, a chanter. How do I go around sort of doing that, like forge magic and things like enchanting? So I can do that for my particular nation. And I go, yeah, you can. And this is sort of like the theme and style of doing it in that nation.
And then there's sort of a really quick and easy way to access the main game control team without actually having to leave your nation. So again, we're minimising. Oh, somebody waved their hands. Nice. I loved it. You guys all did it like a dance form. So again, we're minimising. Yeah.
Oh, could Nick use the microphone? You're fine. Sorry.
Thank you.
So we're minimising that level that people need to walk, and like some people might wake up in the morning and go, I've hurt my leg, I need to see a medic. We can get the NPC team to go, we need a medic in Portavas, we need and go to their game support team, and then instantly we've got eyes literally in most places, and we can make sure that everybody gets the support they need when they want it. And we've got some of our nation support teams here today, and they're incredible.
I love you.
So yeah, does anyone have any questions before we go on further about nation support, guilds, anything like that? It's totally yes.
So you talked about thievery earlier. What's the correct response if someone steals your mate's magic sword? What's the process? Because traditionally I'll go to his head and take the magic sword back.
Oh yeah, you inform. Is this working? Is it on?
It is on.
There is an on switch on the
working
microphone
now?
as well.
Sorry?
There's a switch on the microphone as well.
Is it on now? Oh! Testing. Right. So, yeah, what's the question again? I've got stuck in my
So what's the correct response when somebody takes your
Yeah, if someone
your
steals from
items,
your
right?
friend and you notice
Yep.
the magic pole arm or whatever, what should you do? Which is giving them up, taking
Okay, so you have two ways of going about it. One, you can go to the treasure hunters and go, hey, this guy definitely took, or person definitely took this thing for me. I would like it back, please, and I know it's definitely this individual. And then you have to have a conversation with the guild masters there. Or, and I'd say Court of Daggers, because they're sort of like the law and order, and they can sort it out for you and give you different options that you can go with, which is, would you like it back? Would you like it back plus something? Would you like to do some physical violence? And then you'll kind of work out from there how you'd like to go around doing your next interaction. They'll essentially give you the options, and they'll help you facilitate the options that are available.
Okay, so go through the guilds rather than doing it yourself.
Yeah, you can do it another way, but then the Court of Daggers may then have to get involved with you as well. And go, what's happening here? There's a whole investigation. So you just skip all that, go to the guilds. They'll sort it all out for you, so you don't have to worry about getting randomly decked.
Does anyone have any more questions about that?
I have a question.
Yes.
Where do you envisage the Court of Daggers getting involved in anything? If I call Wookie stupid, and he shouts at me, and I steal his sword, and he steals his sword back, but also my money, so I get some of my mates together and beat him up. What's the level where that should actually move from me reacting to Wookie, or Wookie reacting to me, to one of us going to the Court of Daggers and saying, please?
So there's a difference there. So I know that you know Wookie.
Yes.
So with that, it's going to be, we're doing this between each other. One of the offended parties then goes to the Court of Daggers when there's something going on. Do you want to be have an issue resolved? If you just do it between each other and you know each other and you've got to do all the normal check-ins, it's all good. You can just do that and that's fine. Oh, the nation support.
Yeah, imagine it's straight. Where's the guideline that you would want us to go? Don't fuck around with each other. Go an NPC.
Yeah, so that would be a point of so one of the nation support is always going to be constantly there to kind of help and guide you and be a part of that, and obviously be aware of what's going on. They will go, right, this is a national issue. We don't need to take this to the Court of Daggers yet because we're just throwing names at each other. Let's have a chat about that. What's going on here? If it then escalates after that, I think at the moment where a theft occurs, that's where it's then involved in the Court of Daggers. And also, because that theft has happened, we have rules on please make sure that a ref or nation support team knows that you're going to steal something before or just after you do it. If you do there's a time limit after you've stolen something to get it to the treasure hunters to put it to lost property and go, hey, and have that interaction, at which point another member of the team knows that you've done it and they're interacting with you there.
So to be the person that I don't do, if I believe with 100% certainty in my belief that you have taken my sword, I am encouraged not to go and steal my sword back, but to go to the Court of Daggers instead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they'll sort it out for you, and then get other players involved in that investigation as well. So we also have what we called it now, is talking to someone they have to answer truthfully thing, which is Yeah, that. So they go, right, investigate, talk to them, and go, hey, did you steal that thing after 10 minutes of talking to you? And you can go, yeah, sure I did. And they go, okay, well, yeah, you're right. They stole it, and we'll deal with it now. But yeah, and that's why you have that system in. There's also, it's not investigation, or it's not interrogation, it's questioning. And after a period of time questioning, they have to answer the truth. Especially with something that's PvP, because when it comes to your property or ownership of things, people get, quite protective of it, and it can upset some people. Either being a LARP sword, which can be very expensive, and that's something that you've gone through, and we'll have a variety of different economic backgrounds. And
Very sentimental bit of kit or trinkets that are very important to you as a person as well.
yeah, it's all really important, and we want to make sure that's handled as carefully as possible. Including, I've got a load of coins, I'm really proud of that, so I've done a load of stuff, and then I can't find my coins anymore. Let's try and sort that out, and let's try and find a fun, equal level. If you don't want your coins stolen, we have a bank. Put it in the bank. It can't be stolen there. There'll be a separate safe that can be stolen, because obviously as soon as you have an encounter bank, the first people think of is, can I rob from it? The answer is, yes you can, but the rest of the coins, essentially the ones that are in your bank account, cannot be stolen. So even if the bank gets robbed, you haven't personally been robbed. It's actually two separate bits.
Yeah. And the really exciting thing about it is the people who are running the Bankers Guild, OC, have an incredible data mindset. So I've been listening to them and learning how they're going to actually run the bank, and they're so passionate about it. It's so exciting.
Are you saying that in this way your players' deposits are protected by the financial conduct authority?
Well, you'll be hearing from HMRC today. Hello, yes.
No. I
you can't know what can be stolen. Does someone go in and steal my grandma's favourite tea set, or should they steal the enchanted sword with the fizzler?
It should only be items that are in the game with a mechanical effect. So, but those also include resources, because they're provided by the game. They are a game item, and then enchanted items, and consumables and blade oils. So, yeah, anything that's designed and created in the game. Someone's tea set, please do not steal it, because that's just a tea set, and it's very hard to track what's going on there. But if you talk to a bunch of people and like you have a bit of conversation with someone else, then you can, if they're already aware that it's happening before it happens, so the tea set is fine.
How are you denoting sort of magical weapons or in-character resources? Is there like language like other systems, or are you going to have like a ribbons or?
Oh yeah, so it's a ribbon and a card. So the ribbon goes onto the weapon. That has like a code number, because I made an algorithmic formula for all the enchanting and apothecary systems. So there's a code number for every single one. And that goes onto the ribbon, and then that attached to a card that has all the encounter, like kind of description, roleplay effects, what it does. That'll be on a card that goes into your player passport. That's just in your pocket. When the ribbon gets stolen, you need both the things to have a weapon or item.
And things like essence and flickers?
Oh.
So they're small, so...
Yeah. So flickers are cards, and essences will be little physical fizzlets. Yeah.
So, moving on slightly, no? Go ahead.
I just have a quick question about the Bankers Guild, what other services it offers besides
Oh yeah, so you can talk to your bank manager. So apart from like going for like the in-character stuff, you can get your money out, withdrawals, you can put your money from your account or resources from one account into someone else's account. So it works very much like a bank. But it's also there's like, hey, I want to change this skill. And go, yeah, no problem at all. Can I get your player passport, please? Go, yeah, here's my documentation. And it sort of interact with you in a very in-character way. But I think it also makes it more fun for the people essentially doing normally like the really boring admin jobs. So I found all the people that really enjoy boring admin jobs and think it's absolutely amazing and love to be organised. They go, amazing, do the bank and do it in character. So they're also playing, they're also role playing with you. You might have your favourite bank teller or bank manager, and you'll then see them when they have their breaks. They'll go around and be in character as the character already interacted with and go, hey, you're that favourite, I know you, and have interacted with them and have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, we want to make sure that it's not just players having fun at the event, it's crew as well, and they get an active part in the story.
Oh yeah, but so I think continue on with the bank. Yeah. So there's more things to bank as well. So you can also go get a meeting with a bank manager and go, I would like to do essentially a bank crowdfund for this particular thing. I want to make a new army, I want to build a road, I want to build a fortification or a castle in this location, and they'll have a conversation with you and tell you how much that's going to cost. And essentially there'll be a crowdfund behind the bank that people can then put their donations in towards to build that.
What would be the outcomes of those? Are they like role-playing effect? Are they in-game?
So it'll be role-play effect and in-game effects depending on what it is that they're doing. If they just build, I built a statue. Brilliant, yeah, you built a statue, and it's there, it's in the game, the stuff is going to be there. If it's a fortification or something like that, that will have an in-game effect on the wider world and the military mechanics.
Will the NPCs or the guilds, so you said they had a break, will they have their own like nations, or they like the NPCs just exist?
Oh yeah, they have their own nations, so we're trying really hard for everyone to be from different nations. Obviously we want also them to be able to create their own characters, have fun and dress how they want to. So it might have some have more particular nations in it than others, just because they want to dress up in a really cool way. But it doesn't mean that like that nation then owns that guild. It's just, yeah, we're trying to make it like feel like it's part of the world. They are a person with their own backstory and things going on and their own character skills. So yeah, so not just in a tabard that goes guild member on it. It is a character who's there. We have like a sash or a big old badge, so you know who they are, and they'll come up to you and go, hey, I'm the guild master of this. How can I help you? Or
And all all of the guild crew have actually they've been responsible for making their own iconography. So the guild crew have made for adventures made their own sigil. The Bankers Guild are making their own emblems as well as everybody else, and it's just exciting to see how everybody's bringing it to life. One thing that I keep on seeing repeated over and over again on our social medias is talk about how combat and camp incursions especially, because a lot of systems don't have camp incursions. Would it be useful just nod if we talked about that a little bit just to get things, yeah? Cool. Camp incursions.
Cool, awesome. So camp incursions aren't all a bunch of people or zombies turning up and beating you up. Some of it might be that, but it's not just going to be combat, it's going to be a mix of different adventures. So you may have gods turn up to go and come say hi, you may have a large amount of essentially pilgrims coming in from different nations, coming over and want to give their faith to clerics and paladins, to go, hey, we want to help, we can't really do anything, we can't fight, but we've got faith, we want to give it to you with conviction and give their faith over and stuff like that, which are obviously completely non-combative, and lots of different things are non-combative. You might even have a bunch of people from Fable turn up, so a little bit of fake creatures might just turn up into your camp and start doing whatever it is that fake creatures do, which will probably annoy you or be really amusing. And they all have their own, try and get you to do deals, and they'll have resources and things to trade, but there also will be fights. However, we need to make sure that that's as safe as possible because of a variety of different people coming to the game. So, once again, we're going to talk about how it's all mapped out. So we've got the very centre of the game and character is where all the guilds are. Outside that ring is the first sort of bit of the different spokes coming off, and all the different nations. The first bit is reserved for people with accessibility needs. The second ring is reserved for people who are non-combatants. And the third ring is for everyone else. And how we do camp incursions, if they're of a physical, angry nature, they're going to come from the outside in. So they have to go through all the combat players first before they get anywhere close to everyone who's a non-combatant who doesn't feel perfectly safe, or people who absolutely do not want to do combat at all. On top of that, we also have, again, our amazing nation support. They're in your nation, and once the incursion's going to be coming in, they will radio in, hey, in 5 minutes' time, are you ready for the 5 o'clock fight with these things in that particular area? And the nation support will look around and go, yeah, it's absolutely safe. Or go, oh, actually, no, give us a minute, we just need to move some people over. And they then will do it in an in-character way. So I go, oh, right, can I just, can I have a cup of tea or something? We've got to talk about something, and I'll move somewhere else. We're not going to go, there's a fight start, get out of the way. We're not going to do that. It'll be completely in character, make it fun and laugh, and hopefully you will not even realise that we've just tried to move you out of the combat zone. Or the nation support is going to go near a fire, just so they can put their hands out when a fight starts. They'll go, oh, a fight's coming, and just stand in the way of the fire pit or whatever it is. Make sure it's as safe as possible.
And you can always step undercover as well, and that's a way of just saying, I'm not in this, I'm going undercover, don't come anywhere near me. Hello.
For the fighty encounters, is there going to be a restriction on what weapons? Because I want to be an archer, and I feel like that maybe doing archery or crossbows in a tented area might not be the safest idea?
In daytime, so far, that's absolutely fine. Only at night time, no. But just please watch out for small children, fireplaces, and things like that. So don't try and shoot over, and if I miss, I hit.
Okay, that's fire small children.
Sorry? Yeah, they're quite weighty, but if they're your children, don't pick up other people's children and throw them. That's really bad. But if they're your own children, I can't stop you doing what you want to do.
Apparently not,
So speaking of children, during combat incursions, will children be allowed to be involved if they want to be?
Yeah, children will have full characters. The children can, if they want to, throw spells, be involved in the combat, and do everything else. So,
and is there anything specifically aimed for children? So is there somewhere we can go where there is something that's specifically designed for them to do?
So there'll be certain incursions that will be for them. I have myself and some other people who are essentially we have gods of like the jester and things like that. I'm a massive fan of magic and things like that. So that's why we have like magic in the sort of like in the game, sort of like cards and things like that. So my kind of god just to turn up and then start doing things like magic tricks, pull cards out of nowhere, and start having really fun, and like try and have a laugh with people. So I think our first event though will be a bit shorter on that, but later on we will have a full team doing special adventures just for smaller children. And then in certain age brackets as well.
We're working towards having child-specific plot, but at the moment we're just concentrating on making sure that we get the sort of more grown-up plot correct, and then we'll implement more of those mechanics later.
Yeah, and looking at the swashbuckler in the back, if you do anything illegal, like hurt someone, with a sword, or poison them, it's your parent or guardian who gets in trouble for it, not you. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's 10 or 12 is full characters, but I will have to check. And unfortunately, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Sorry? No, not starting at the age. Yeah, but obviously with the nation support team as well, a few of them have been talking about getting training in place for the kids, because obviously if you give a kid a foam sword, you need to make sure that they actually know how to use it properly without actually physically hurting.
Yeah, and do all the normal things, like even if the child is holding a weapon, please make sure that that weapon is still, safe, and that it goes for the weapon checkers and everything like that, the normal stuff.
I have a question just based on, I'm going to be, I'm trying to be able to be separate nation with my partner, but we only have one tent. So how does that sort of work in terms of some different nation residing in a different nation?
Oh yeah, if you're in a different nation, obviously you can be involved in your national plot. So obviously try and be there as much as possible to get involved in it. If everyone wants to camp in that one tent that you have in one nation, that's perfectly fine. Like, we're not going to judge you for sleeping in your own tent. Yeah, it's all good.
My main friendship group are all camping in Cyridonia, but I'm Hammerstadt, so I'm going to be like there.
Beautiful.
Hello.
So, I've had camp set up, describe the rings. Are you going to be in a fighting area inside the camp, or do you want the fighting camp mostly outside the camp?
It'll be outside, or the camp planners will then have almost like a domed cut.
Yeah,
So
okay.
like but then like this sort of cut. It's like, don't know why it's there, but people seem to keep coming in from that direction, just so it's more of a space.
Okay.
At the moment, the site is massive, and I don't think we're going to be filling it out anytime soon. So we,
capacity for like 35,000.
yeah, the capacity is massive. So we're not worried about space or people taking up loads of space. So if I've got a tent and I want a garden and a beer and a space to chill out in, you could probably absolutely do that. We have loads of space at the moment. Obviously, when the game gets bigger, hopefully more people turn up to it, then obviously we'll have to be a bit more careful with the amount of space that was taken up. But at the moment, we've got loads, so we have no problems with live fires going out. Because obviously tent safety and people want to trip it over guide ropes is a common thing. So we'll make sure it's as far away as possible and keep it safe but still close and impactful. Oh, loads of scores. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll do that one first.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about wood for fires. Do you bring around? Do you have some communal resources for that?
Oh, please bring your own. I am getting Alex to argue with another person called Alex, who's the landowner, to find out what sort of wood that we can get for the wood fires from the local forest and kind of use it for communal use. But yeah, please bring your own until I can get Alex to confirm that he's talking to Alex to confirm that we've got all that trip. Clear, right?
Another thing that people do in other systems is you band together in your nation and then get a massive pallet of logs. So it's not to say you are only responsible for your own individual supply. If you want to band together as a group and get a larger supply, you can absolutely do
Like a drop-off thing or something?
Yeah. But just obviously before you do that, check in with your nation support to make sure that they're okay and aware of it. Otherwise they'll be like, what is this massive mountain of firewood? Excellent, this is mine now, Cool.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, yes, thank you.
Will guilds be placed in the combat circles or in the center?
Yeah, guilds are in the centre. So you've got the bank there, you also got the tavern, by all the guilds, including the big Menhir weaving circle with all the holographic projections. So it's all in the centre, so it's all nice and easy for everyone to access, and hopefully the shortest distance for everyone. And also it's the same distance. If everyone's really far that way and that way, it's the same distance to get to the field to access all the bum huts, all the levers.
No need to defend the bank from whatever's attacking.
No, the bank only needs to defend itself from its own players trying to mob it.
So the group we're coming in with is kind of 50-50 combat, non-combat. So we're probably going to be in like a non-combat area. But, is it like if we have players who want to get involved in the skirmishes and the in-camp incursions, is it talk to camp planner about where we can, we want to get involved but not really, so they're safe but we can go and quickly jump in a fight if it's happening, kind of?
Oh yeah, so essentially the nation support have, nation support are their own characters and things, but have a weird connection to what's going on. They go, I feel like something's coming in 5 minutes time, at which point your friends want to do the combat go, oh, they're usually pretty spot on about these things, I'm going to stand just over there, just in case someone comes in. And then at which point, you don't have to move, but people who want to get involved in combat just move to the place they know the combat's going to be.
I was just going to say, also, when your camp is under attack, more often than not, you'll get a really keen gate guard that goes, oh my god, we're under attack! And then that's the kind of warning to go, yeah. It doesn't mean you're like, no, I'm 5 meters away from the combat, I'm going to wait for them to come to me. You can head over there.
Yeah. Also, all bad guys like to have a lovely bit of spiel before they start doing things. Like, I'm here for this reason, prepare! And then they'll go, okay, yeah, I'll prepare then.
So just in terms of the camp things, I like the spokes. You said about gate guards, so there'll be walls around the camps?
There won't be walls, it's just essentially we'll make sure that nation support give everyone a heads up, so I think someone's coming in 5 minutes.
So you've got the centre differences like the town, and you said the accessible camping, is that be out of character accessible camping?
So we've got accessible camping is in character, essentially it gives you closest to the area. If you have power accessible camping needs, that's out of character, because that's what our power essentially station is.
So if I'm bringing an out of character tent, but I want to camp inaccessible, where am I camping?
With an out of character tent?
Yeah.
In the out of character area.
Right, okay, so the nations is all in character tents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how far is it from the sort of out of character area to the in character areas in terms of?
Yeah, so I really need a map for this. So essentially you have the in character area, so again, out of character area here. Then we have the car park, and then you have gated off area, so it's all kind of gated, it's fenced off in the out of character area, which then goes between all of the out of character spaces, and then you've also got the out of character tent, which is for accessible needs. So that includes having access to the power. There's also toilets, showers, accessible toilets, accessible showers there as well. And then from there you can walk essentially through a tree line that gets to the other side, and then you're in the traders area. Again, there's no toilets there, there's food and drink, as well as all the traders, obviously, in the trade area. And then you get out of that space, you're then in the middle of the in-character game, and then all the spokes go around.
And so if we wanted to hang out in our nation, would we sort of need to bring chairs along, or will it be like straw bales, or?
Oh yeah, so bring chairs along, as long as you want, or even just like an in-character tarp and stuff like that, just give some space. However, there's so many characters and players that go out of their way to bring to make communal spaces. So there's probably a few people that can make taverns or tea houses and things like that to make nice communal spaces. I think there's also a bunch of people who want to do libraries or like a newspaper stand. So there's simply loads of places that you can get involved in. Obviously, you can bring your own chairs and things like that, and this adds and helps as much as possible and does in character space.
We've probably got time for about 3 more questions. So, yeah.
Is there going to be a function command tab? I mean, it's like we sort something else out as nations.
Yes, so at the moment, unfortunately, they're sorting out themselves. We're going to try and help as much as possible. Obviously, with nation support, have access to lovely Persephone, who's head of nation support, and the rest of the directors, because I know that everyone that's part of that, essentially on our Discord, called the MFV, Menhirs Fate Volunteers, and you have direct links towards the directors and everyone else. So if we try and help with anything, we're going to try our best. Of course, we have like limited funds for what we can. But yeah, we'll try and help work the best that we possibly can, but it is mostly trying to put all those things together.
Nations own like in-character command area would be useful for the players.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we completely get it, and we want to have that in the future. It's not, I don't think we can provide the funds for it straight away.
Most of this is good for like 20 years. So
Yeah, no, we want that, but we just don't have it yet.
Does anyone have any more questions? Yeah.
I don't know if you covered it already. My friend that needs a CPAP machine and he seems to want something.
Yeah.
Will there be power available that's reliable, not generated? Like, it's, because I know with Empire, they have generated cut out 2 times, and if that happens whilst he's ventilating, it's not going to be good.
Yes, that is the problem with being in a field. So unfortunately, we have no solid supply line. It is all done by a generator. We do have a paid electrician that is an outsourced electrician that is there to be 24/7 on standby to try and keep the generator running all the time, and their job is to keep the generator running, don't let it stop, and try and see any problems before it happens. So we'll be trying our very best, but we are in a field, we do unfortunately have to rely on generators.
And one last question. Yes, nice. Hello.
Hi. So I have a question. What would you say is your favourite part of your game?
The bits that I wrote. It'll be probably there's one of 2 things, which is either the okay, awesome, thank you. Probably the holographic projection system for the rituals. I think that's going to look incredible. We did, so at the moment, today and yesterday, is our training of some of our volunteers in another area, and we tested out the 4 projectors onto the Menhir last night. I've got the videos on my phone. If you come see me later on, I will show you some. It looks incredible, and I can't wait for people to play with that. I'm really happy with how that worked. That was Gordon who worked out all the technical wizardry of that. I was like, I've got this crazy idea, and I'm pretty sure it works. I saw it on YouTube, and then he worked out how to do it. The other thing is the enchanting and apothecary system. I think it has such a large amount of player freedom with our design that I can't wait to see the stuff that people make. Like, what's the one?
The gingerbread men that you and you throw one back.
Yeah, so like, there's so much freedom there. Like, yeah, gingerbread men, you eat them, you get healing potions, hot spice, something that's really hot and spicy, and you eat it, and then you can cast a fire elemental bolt at someone and throw that.
I've looked at your apothecary system, and now we're apothecaries.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So soon, I think it should be next week, there's an entire tool system. Like, I had to spend a lot of nights out with some very clever people, constantly sat down talking about the algorithm that was in my head. We wrote it down, we've now got it computerized. It will now be on the website soon. We essentially choose all the bits and sticks you have, and it tells you all the maps and does it all for you.
That is so, I have the proof that is so fun to mess around with. To see how much everything costs is a lot of fun.
Awesome, thank you.
We're out of time here. That doesn't mean that we're not going to talk about Menhirs ever again. So we're upstairs with the traders if you guys have any follow-up questions. But I think the auction are very keen to get in. So thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.